Hi, and welcome to another live YouTube stream. And today's subject is kids on YouTube. What are your thoughts on it? So, being a social media star is a bit of a glam job, I think, and a lot of people who watch YouTube or people who are interested in YouTube, they think it's easy. They see these sort of YouTube sensations becoming absolutely massive, and it's a nice thing if you can get into it and it does well. But my question really is, how early should you start being a YouTuber? Is it alright to see kids on YouTube? Now, I'm a YouTuber, obviously. Moderate success. I wouldn't say that I am a sensation. I've got two adult children who, one of them does quite heavy YouTubing, a lot of sort of game streaming, so shout out to the Dragonborn Hunter. If you're interested in modern gaming and PC gaming and watching those on streams, then check him out. And my other son, he also does a bit of YouTubing, so check out Pascal Ree. But he just does it as and when. And I was speaking with them the other day about it, because I've got a younger son. He's of YouTube age, so legally he's allowed to become a YouTuber. And I was a little uneasy about it. It's something he's asked about, because, well, he sees me doing it, he sees other people doing it. He watches a lot of YouTube, and he sees all of these screechy YouTubers, which I don't like, but there are also a few kids that he watch that are obviously quite successful, and he likes the idea of it. But I just don't know whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. Obviously it comes with some restrictions, because putting something out online, it's there, it's permanent. It can identify who you are or where you live, etc. And it can be a dangerous thing. I think, personally, I don't have a problem, whatever age you are, going on YouTube, as long as it is appropriate content. Maybe it depends on the style of YouTube that you're doing. I mean, if you're just going to be sitting in front of a camera and talking, I think you need to be an adult, more switched on, or at least have an adult's input while the video is being made. If you're just doing gaming streams, so just recording what you're playing and live streaming it straight up, then I don't really see an issue with that. You're not identifying yourself that much. You might have your name, that's about it, but you can't see what you look like, they can't see where you are. Yeah, it's a tricky one, because, well, why shouldn't they? What's the restriction on having kids on YouTube? As long as the content is appropriate. Just because I don't particularly like watching screechy little kids, or screechy anybody really, on YouTube, maybe I'm not their target audience. Maybe he wants to target people of a similar age. It's a difficult one. I think with any YouTube, it depends on the content. It depends on what's going out, and who you're aiming that for. So actually, my son has just walked in, and I had a conversation with him about it, about kids on YouTube, and whether it's a good idea or a bad idea. And your opinion was?
It depends. That's my opinion on it.
It depends. It depends on the type of content.
Yeah.
It depends on how that content is presented.
And how limited they are and what they do.
Yes.
With supervision.
That's exactly what I've just said. I think it needs to be it depends on the content. If you're just pushing out streaming games, I think that's pretty much not a problem. If there's no identifying sort of factors in that, they're not going to know who you are, where you live, that kind of thing. That's about the general gist. It's going to be quite a short video, but it's a good question, because you don't want to say, oh yeah, you can do it, and then they just take a camera and live stream and wander around and they show you everybody where they live and what they've got and all that sort of thing. That could be quite dangerous. You do have to be careful with who's watching what.
I mean, even full-grown adults have to be careful what they're doing.
Yes, they do. Even with my videos, I do try and make sure that there's nothing that... I mean, if I'm shooting a video outside, I will make sure that you can't actually see, well, first of all, anyone else's property, but you couldn't identify where I was because of that. And I think you're right. I don't think it's necessarily age specific. It obviously depends on the type of content. This is a gaming channel. You've got a gaming channel. Your brother's got a gaming channel. None of that. Nobody actually knows who you are technically, apart from people you know. So it's pretty anonymous in that way. But if you're doing a different kind of channel, I don't know, maybe
vlogs and stuff like that.
Yeah, then there would be identifying factors. You better tell what streets you're walking down, and then that gets a little bit, and that's all right for an adult, but I think that would require a lot of supervision for a child. So I don't necessarily have an issue with children or kids on YouTube. I think it just requires a little bit more thought, depending on the content, and just because they're not the sort of YouTubers I want to watch, it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm their target audience, that someone else could be. He watches a lot of really annoying videos, and I think that's the sort of content he would want to make. So just let me know what you think. I'm just kind of throwing this out there to get other people's opinions. And yeah, kids on YouTube, what do you think? Link, like, subscribe, enjoy.